Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope everyone's up, making some moves today. Got your mind in the right place, thinking positive, doing positive stuff, being productive. But if you're not, we are going to help put your mind in the right place, or at least try to. So, listening to some more Jocko this morning. Morning, Mr. Lero. And man, the stuff I'm listening to, it's a new video. It's not something that I've listened to before, but I've been playing it throughout the morning. Just happened to hit a new video. I was like, let me check this one out, see what it's about. And it's pretty long. He's got a lot of good stuff in there. But he's talking about disarming people. Disarming people. Not like disarming them with like an actual firearm or a weapon, but like their negative attitude. You know, who they are as a person, you know, their personality, the things that they're giving off, the vibes that they're giving off. He's talking about, you know, people that want confrontation. You know, they're that person. They want to argue with you, or anyone for that matter, and debate and go here and go all over the place and not really get any work done. They just want to focus on some negative stuff and just fight, you know. And I think right now, listening to this video, just happen to be listening to it today, everyone can relate to the fact that right now are some very crazy times, man. There's a lot of bad stuff happening out there. And there's a lot of people. I like to observe and watch, okay? I don't get into debates. I don't get into, you know, discussions on social media, stuff like that. I try to keep things clean and positive. But that doesn't mean that I don't read what I read or watch what I watch, you know. Literally watching friends no longer become friends because they're on different sides of whatever view or whatever's happening right now. And it's tough. It's tough to watch that because when you see people write things or say things, you can feel the hate in the words. Like you can feel that when you read something, you can see hate. You know, when you hear someone say something, you can hear the hate in their voice, like how angry they are, how mad they are. And what Jocko's talking about is not allowing your workplace to turn into like a grade school kind of gossiping kind of thing. You know, not allowing your place, wherever you go to, turn into something like that. So, you know, how do you address someone that loves to have confrontation? He says, ideally, you want to ignore them because the people that are trying to get you to have confrontation, they want that. They want you to engage. They want to go back and forth. And he says you want to handle things and address things professionally if you have to confront them. And if you can't do it professionally because it's just going to get the way it's going to get, then you just ignore them and outperform them. And that's the attitude I like to take. I really do. It's the one I've been taking for many, many years. Why people are talking about me or gossiping about me or, you know, spreading false things or whatever the case may be, I'm working. I'm putting in the work. I'm still getting my workouts in. I'm getting my runs in. I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my family. I'm focused on moving forward and doing positive things like what I'm doing here with this stuff here. And after a while, when you're not fighting back and debating with an individual, there's no fuel there because they're the only ones saying things or typing things, writing things. They need fuel. They need you to engage with their confrontation to keep things going. And so when you ignore them, it eventually turns into crickets, man. It just goes away. It takes time for it to go away, but it will go away, you know. They're going to talk about you regardless. The thing about what's happening right now is it's really, really hard to try to change someone's mind. So I don't really try to bother with that. You know, people's minds are set. They believe the way they believe. They were raised the way they were raised. And it is what it is. You know, I just try to do my part by putting out positive vibes and being productive and trying to be a good person to try to turn, or not turn, but motivate people to do the same, inspire people to try to do the same thing. Instead of being hateful and angry, with your videos or the things that you type or the things that you share. You know, I'm looking to try to help the situation out there instead of trying to hurt it. So that's my question to you today. You know, are you trying to disarm the situation? Are you trying to help the situation right now? Are you improving the situation, or are you just adding fuel to the fire? Are you just making things worse? Are you that individual that has some hate in you, some anger? You're just pissed off and you just want everyone to be upset and pissed off with you. You know, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. People see what they see. They can see angry individuals and hateful individuals. They can see the things that you're writing and what you're sharing. But maybe that's you. Maybe that's what you want to be like. But that's not how I want to be looked at. That's not how I want to be remembered. That's not what I want my name and my company to be associated with. You know, I want my company and my name to be associated with good things, helping people, you know, just putting good things out there. You know, I'll give you an example. You know, many examples. I have so many examples. It's ridiculous. But I've had so many people over the years, you know, post things on Facebook, say things, go to Reddit, you know, share things on forums and stuff like that. I've seen what I've seen. I read what I've read. And I just keep it moving and keep making things happen. And all those people that are sharing those things or saying things, I've outworked them. I'm past them. And why? Because I've been working. And why? And what are they doing? They're focused on me. They're not focused on their business. They're not focused on their health. They're not focused on their family and the things that they need to be focused on. Their focus is on me and hurting my business and doing things to me. Okay. Also, just recently, you know, a lot of my students know kind of my situation, but I just recently moved, and I moved into this neighborhood here. It's a great neighborhood. I love it. But I don't look like anyone else on the street. Okay. I don't look like my two neighbors across the street or the neighbor next to me that I'm having issues with. It is what it is, man. You know, I worked really hard to get where I'm at, to put myself in a position to buy a home on this street. My yard is cut every day. My grass is probably the thickest and greenest on the block. You know, it's probably one of the nicest looking front yards on the street, the curb appeal and everything else. We did a lot of work to this house, and the looks and the feel, the vibe that I get, or that, you know, that we get living here, isn't like we are welcomed all that much. And actually have a neighbor next to me where when I first came up to this house to look at it, to walk through it, to see if it'd be a home to purchase, the individual was like, you probably won't like me as a neighbor. Okay. I was waiting for the punchline, waiting for a joke. There was none. It is what it is. Ever since I moved in November, there's been problems there, right? So about 2 weeks ago, we had a situation where I had a French drain put in on my yard because when we turn on the sprinklers or it rains, it floods between my house and the neighbor's house. So I did work on my property, right? And this individual felt like he feels entitled, like I need to get permission from him to do any kind of work on that side of the property. We didn't do anything to his side of the property. We just did work on our side. And now that we got 2 drains and got this new drainage and the problem's pretty much solved. It's fixed, right? He was so upset. Should have never gave him my number, but he's got my number. And he was texting me and texting me and texting me. And they weren't nice texts, okay? I don't do the texting thing. So I told him, hey, you want to talk? I'll be outside. So we go outside, trying to have a civil conversation. That didn't turn out that way because the way he was talking to me was talking down to me. I feel he thinks he's better than me, whatever, and everything else that goes along with that. It escalated to where he got really angry, raised his voice. I was like, all right, cool. Conversation's over. Going back in the house, man, we obviously can't have a civil talk. We're going to have talks in another different way, through like an attorney or to the police or something like that, as sad as that is. Anyways, I kept getting text and kept getting text. I don't appreciate you ignoring my text. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to just sit here and go back and forth with you on a text message, man. Kept ignoring them. There's nothing there. There's no fuel there. That's what the guy wants. He wants me to to engage on these text messages, to go back and forth. I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm a man. I'm not going to sit here and talk through a text like little kids and go back and forth. You want to talk, we talk outside, and if we can't do that, then again, we'll talk through some other legal kind of way to do things. But it was nonstop. But eventually, they went away because I'm not responding. I'm not going to engage in that kind of stuff to where I'm going to get caught up all day in this stuff. Now, it sucks to have a neighbor like that doesn't feel like I'm as equal as him, okay? But it is what it is. I'm not going anywhere. I worked hard to get where I'm at, and I'm going to stay here. But how do you deal with those kind of situations? You disarm them by ignoring them, okay? As much as you want to engage in stuff and share your opinion and try to make your voice heard in a certain way, there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. And sometimes, depending on who that individual is that you're dealing with, it's not even worth the time, is what I'm getting at. It's not even worth the time. So to listen to Jocko today and listen to what he's talking about and disarming those kind of negative individuals or people that don't look at you the same because of your color of your skin or the way you look or the way you dress, I just don't have time for it. Okay, so I disarm them by just keeping it moving. I got work to do. I wonder if this guy's got any like a job, man, because it seemed like his job is to just bother me all day long. Okay, so my job is to get to work with everything else that I got going on. I don't have time to sit there and be on Facebook all day debating with someone, going back and forth, trying to change their mind, or a neighbor that's texting me, blowing up my phone. It's sad that I got to go and either change my number or block me. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. So how do I deal with that? I just ignore it, keep it moving, and just focus on the things that I need to focus on and get to work. All right. So hope that helps. If that's you getting caught up into, things that aren't really productive on social media or a neighbor or something like that, man, stop it. Stop it. Just get productive, be positive, put more positive stuff out there. That will just drown out all the negative stuff. Just put more positive stuff out there. We need more individuals out there putting out more positive vibes than the negative stuff. It's so easy to just get in your emotions every day and see something and be like, oh, forget that. And then you just go to typing and then you want to go and look up a video on YouTube and share a video or share a post or share this, and it's negative and it ain't helping the situation any. It's just inflaming the situation. All right, guys, try to make things better. Try to make the world a better place. It's already ugly as it is right now. It is horrible out there. We need more people to change their mindset and try to help the situation instead of hurting it. All right, disarm them. All right, you guys have a great day. Catch you next time.